Welcome. I haven't been on all week, but I got to do the hangout for you guys. Just too damn tired. This working stuff's for the birds. But I'll get used to it here in a second. This is our Monday and Friday night hangout where we talk model airplanes, nonsense, host of other stuff. Let me get this zoomed out. If you'd like to be a part of this, you can find the link at the bench on Stunt Hangar. And all you have to do is become a member and log in to see that thread. In a minute here, we'll probably have Gary Sinclair pop in, and then throughout the night, other people pop on and off. Let's see how many people. We got 6 watching now. If you followed the my short, you probably saw that I'm back to work on motorcycles on Harley Davidsons. I got to do something to keep Stunt Hangar open and going. Couldn't get much help, so takes a lot of money to run Stunt Hangar. So I had to go back to work. So it's either work here with some help and be able to produce content, or go back to work and produce content when I can. So that's the way it is. I'm kind of screwed, but things will get better. I'm okay with it. I only have to work 4 days a week, so if you got any questions or you want to talk about something, type it into the chat. Let's set a goal. I would like to get 5 super chats would be great. Let's So we got a goal of 5 super chats up there. Let's making yellows. And we'll set it for 2 hours. The length of the podcast. If we do that, I will release another video from the Bob Hunt collection. I got to do one for the members that's ad free. Post ANOT Stunt Flyer Video Magazine VIDO for the general public. GENERALPUBLIC. There we go. Public. PUBLIC. Okay, and it's that part. And then, of course, when this is over, I'll work on the video for the members. I've got, I don't know, quite a few left. I also want to set the goal. There we go. We got 0 of 5. Hey, Flew the Vector 3 times yesterday. Did some tweaking. Flew well. Bit more to go. Thanks for the build. No problem. I'll be releasing another SFMV, whatever, Stunt Flyer Video Magazine video for the members ad free probably tomorrow because I'm pretty tired. As soon as Gary comes on, I don't know how long I can hold on tonight. It's kind of tough. Let's see, where are we at here? Why my mouse is not working? There we go. Nope, nobody's in yet. Come on, guys, come on in. I can't carry this conversation on by myself. Got my Grumman hat on tonight. This was given to me by the Mark, one of the members here. Grumman is who made the F-14s that I worked on 50 years ago. That's amazing. My, how time flies when you're doing nothing. I put on my Harley shirts from 20 years ago, and how I know they're 20 years ago, they got 05 Master Service Technology badges on them. And this is 25, so that's 20 years ago. And I have filled out some since then. They're a little small. And then when I watched the Windy video of me flying my Thunderbolt, I didn't have a stomach. Now I belong with Bill Rich and Randy Smith, the Belly Boys. Let's talk about what's on the forum. That's something we can do. So we got open forum. Had a little bit of trivia on there. Let's see, where the hell? Team trials and dates. Where did it go? There we are. Hiko versus Vico. I remember looking at that ad, the Hiko, the tether cars, and the wheels, but I did not know that Hiko was Vico. But that's let's see, this is an early ad for Hiko, Henry Engineering Company. Wheels, bell cranks, and etc. The story goes that some other company already had Hiko trade name, and they changed it to Vico. It'll take it. And he says, I'll take a dozen bell cranks at a quarter each. And the further trivia, my daughter was on the same football team with the granddaughter of the founder of Henry Engineering. Burbank is a small town. I grew up in Los Angeles, so I know the area well. And Vico, I always felt that Vico was always superior to Perfect, but you could buy all that stuff super cheap. And of course, we got another announcement about Bill Warridge. I guess he's having some problems. And there's a GoFundMe page up for him. You can find that on Stunt Hangar. And So 350 raised so far. Guess Bob Hunt started that for him. No. Amanda Kedlick, organizer. All right. We'll probably get something in there from Stunt Hangar to him. Well, I can always get it direct to him, whatever. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's go back over here. Next thing, Dallas Southwestern, August 30th and 31st. I won't be going to Dallas myself. Posting an open forum because of the late date. Somehow it has slipped through the crack, but wish you could share a screen picture. At least it's readable. That's by Ken. Southwestern Championships, August 30th, which is tomorrow and Sunday. I will not be going. That's quite a distance to get on 1 day notice. We have, Steve and I have Oklahoma planned. So we know that's going on. Team trials. Let's talk about the location, date of the team trials. Best info. Oh, that's not in Tulsa. It is the Globbers. No, somewhere in California, I think. Oh man, I should know this, but I don't know it. See. Well, I'm gonna have to pass because I can't find where it is. I wish these guys. Okay, location is Folsom Lake in Granite Bay, California. Same location as the Golden State Championships, October 13th and October 14th as the rain date. This is the day after the Golden State Championships. Format will be finals only. Contest where we will only fly 3 flights and take the best 2. Top 3 open and top 2 junior and top female will be on the team. CD is Dennis Nunes. So if you got a question, call Dennis. Subject to change, it says, so who knows? Okay. Oh, somebody's got their window open.
Yeah, I tried to put it down and it come up. That makes me mad when it does that. It's got a mind of its own.
Yeah. I just was going through some stuff trying to figure out, I got nothing to say, talking to myself.
Yeah, I was a hurrying. Uh, I'll probably be not with you probably Monday and next Friday because I'm be on vacation. So
Okay, we'll allow
I'll,
that.
I'll try to be on the phone with you maybe.
We'll allow that.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like it's $1,000 an hour or anything.
Yeah, I know. I just want to let you know though. So
I guess I'll test out somebody else's skills as host. You see the short I posted of motorcycles?
no, I
And go to my
didn't see
channel.
that yet.
Go to my channel and go to Stunt Hangar YouTube and look at the short. I'm back at motorcycles.
All right.
Let's see how many views has that got so far. Steve Berry says evening. Phil Bailey says like provided. If you look at look at the channel, my videos. It says HD back where I belong or something. Let's see shorts. It says HD back in my elements. Almost 1,000 views. Hey, we got a
I
$50 super chat
yeah, I
from,
just saw that. Yeah.
who did it come from?
Stiletto 660A.
Oh, Stiletto.
Stiletto. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Thank you very much for the super chat. I guess we're oh, Phil. I guess we're gonna do well, I wanted 5 super chats at $10 a piece, but 1 super chat at 50 will work.
That'll work. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
But don't give up. Let's get 4 more $10 chats. That'd be good. Or whatever you can do. And I'll go ahead and release one of the videos that I already have for the members that they've been watching now for the last month. If you become a paid member, you don't have any commercials. We're going to have commercials out for the general public. So, and hell, it's only $4.95 a month.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
I don't even think you can buy coffee at 7-Eleven for $4.95. Every morning I stop at Quick Trip and pick up a snack before I head to the shop, and it's $7 for a water and an egg burrito or egg McMuffin or some crap like that. $7.
Yeah.
It was cheaper for the bag of donuts today and a water. It was $5. They're really, really getting to me. I wonder what mic I'm on. Tell me if you can hear this okay. You hear that?
Yeah.
Or this?
About the same.
Huh, about the same. I'm scratching the.
I didn't hear the clap.
Huh?
I didn't hear you clap. I can hear your voice though.
Okay. We need to switch mics, I guess. We're on this mic here. Can you hear me now?
Yep. Yeah, gotcha.
Peace,
Loud and clear.
bangles, incense, and crash pads. Wish you a happy Hare Krishna. Yeah. Come on now. There we go. Okay. We got a microphone there now. Maybe that'll be better.
Comes Phil.
Huh?
Here comes Phil.
Bill Bailey. I wonder if he's got that Thunderbolt done yet.
No, I'm not even full with the Thunderbolt right now. I got to get over this mess in my head first. No, that got put on hold as soon as I stuffed that car.
Need to mold you up a couple sets of skins. That way you'll
No,
have a set.
well, I should go ahead and mold a set of skins, but if I molded them up, I'd go ahead and put them on because the fuselage and everything is sitting there. It's ready to drop them on and put it together. But
The airplane together. You put You put the airplane together first and then put
The
the,
airplane is together, the wings in the fuselage, the tail's in the fuselage. I just need to build the top block and the bottom block and lay them on, and then
there you go.
lay the rudder on. And the main part of the plane will be together. But the flaps and the elevators, of course, are not attached, nor is the rudder. Well, the rudder is, because the rudder's one piece on that plane. I did not make it adjustable. Billy's is not, so I didn't make mine. And we'll have it for next year, maybe.
I believe
I'm not in
Billy
a hurry.
did
I've got 9 other airplanes to finish, so I'm not in any real hurry to finish that one.
well,
I was, but I
I
already
could've-
missed the contest I wanted to take it to, so we'll wait.
if I could have thought about it or could have found this before I went to Brodak, I'd have brought you this. This,
What you got? Oh heavens, already made up. Hang on to it for me for next year. I'm gonna build more than one of these things.
and Billy's is adjustable. It has
It's adjustable, but it doesn't
no, it's
wiggle.
not a wiggly rudder. You just slice in 2 brass tab. You're making brass hinges, a tab
Yeah.
there and a tab there, and you slide it in that, and you put that together like that, and bend it over where you want, and it just stays. This is super light. This is when I had really good wood.
Well, go ahead and put that, if you would, put that in the box for me, bring it to me next year. I'll try to see it a contest before the year's out. I'll let you know. I'll keep that thing in mind. That's nice.
Solid wood. It's not built up. It's solid.
Oh my goodness.
So that means that it's super light.
Yeah.
Let's see what it weighs. Like I say, it's back when I had good wood.
That's hard to get now. I got a whole bunch of wood, but good wood, that's
Another story, huh?
20
yeah,
grams. So I
that ain't bad.
could be sanded a
light.
little more. Should get it,
Yeah,
should
that's,
get 5 grams more off of it,
that is very nice.
but it's half inch. That's 3/8 thick.
3/8 thick, yeah.
Now,
I tell you what, that thing, I did the first one like Billy did. Got the 3/16 sides, and the skins are going to fit to the inside edges, and then you just sand this to it. But the second one is already, the fuselage is already started. It's molded 1/8, and I wish I'd gone. Well, no, I don't. But I should have gone a little thinner. But
3/32.
yeah, 332, and it's molded. It's got curve to it. There's no curve. I don't have to sand a curve to it. I will sand a little curve where the skin fits on it. It's
Oh, you're
1/8.
talking about the fuselage sides, right?
Yeah, the fuselage sides are instead of 3/16, they're 1/8, and that's only because when the skin comes down on it, it'll leave a little bit of room there for you to sand the fuselage up to match it.
Okay.
But I think I could have done it exactly and just put a little rib or something every little bit where it would sit right down on it perfect. But
My
I didn't
Thunderbolt,
think about
I
that when I
built
did
with
it.
3/16 sides. I sanded the outside, cut the top off, and then sanded the inside so that it was all 1/16 of an inch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do.
You
I
got to
haven't
sand the
sanded the
inside.
Yeah, I go and gouge it out and then sand it. That's a lot of wood. I'm trying to figure out why in the world did Billy build it that way? Why didn't he just mold the sides?
You can't.
But
There's no way to. I mean, it'd be tough. I guess you could do it if you had a laser cutter and plotted it out. And I hope John Miller comes on tonight because I want him to send me some SVG files for one of his airplanes because we got a laser cutter at work and I want him to cut me some wood.
where are you working?
I'm back with Harley Davidson. I put out a video.
Oh, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. My wife's cousin actually owned 2 Harley Davidson shops locally. Then he died in a wreck, and his wife has kept one of them, but they've sold the other one. Now it's a high-end car. Well, it's not high-end. It's a used, I guess it is a high-end used car lot. He sold the one in Statesville and kept the one in Asheville. No, Salisbury. He closed the one in Salisbury and kept the one in Statesville. Okay. Anyway, you know what it costs to have a Harley Davidson dealership now? Just to have it.
Yeah, probably 3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your building has to be worth more than $1 million, or they will not sell you bikes.
Well, here's
Good
the
grief.
story what happened to the Harley dealership. I was bought with the sign that said Harley Davidson. And Ronnie Widman from Widman Harley Davidson, Ronnie and Tommy, decided, Harley Davidson was pressuring them to move geographically due to zip code because they sell more bikes in this zip code. And he didn't want to do it because they've had that bike at the shop since 1927. And they own the block, basically. And so the Harley Davidson forced them to sell. So Ronnie says, I'll take $1 million for the dealership. Well, Gary Surdike snapped it up instantaneously. I mean, it wasn't even a day, and he come up with $1 million cash. So I was bought with the sign. They moved me because I was master service technology technician from downtown St. Louis out to just about South County. Well, it is South County, but way south. And I lasted there, I don't know, almost 10 years out there, but the guy was a jerk off. And that's when I went to work for Jerry Hop. And then Jerry died on me.
And there's a lot of those jerks out there.
He came in with a Ford GT 350 and said, look what I got. Yeah, you motherfucker, that's what I bought you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you what. I had a guy local that bought a Ford GT and he thought he could handle it. I said, how in the world did you get through training school and everything? You're supposed to go through a training school to get that car. Oh, no, I can drive it. It wasn't a week he had it wrapped. Well, he didn't wrap it around a telephone pole. He flat hit a telephone pole. And it killed him and destroyed the car. He about cut the car in half. That was one beautiful little car. That thing, I thought that was the sexiest thing I'd ever seen on four wheels. The 06 version. 05, 06, there's not many changes in those two cars. But every one of those cars, everybody thinks, oh, they were built in England. They were built in Steve Salene's shop. That's where every one of them was built.
Didn't Shelby have something to do with them?
Well, Shelby had a lot to do with making them fast. Yeah, and the original cars, Shelby's the one that made them work. Ford built it, but it didn't work. They had to go back and put little spoilers on it and little things to keep the darn thing on the ground.
This one had a great big engine in it, I think a 426 or whatever the hell.
427. 427. Aluminum, all aluminum 427. And they put it amidships in a car that weighed like 1,200 pounds before the motor. It was super light.
Body.
Yeah, super light, super everything. It was just way ahead of its time in 1963.
Here's the guy I'm looking for.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finally, I found you. Hey, John, what full body stunner do you have SVG cut files for?
I don't have anything SVG. That's 3D stuff.
No, it's scalable vector graphics. Can we convert?
What I have is in DWG form, which is or in DXF, which is kind of it works with everything.
Okay, let's try the whatever works with everything, because where I'm working now, they have a laser cutter, but she says I only read SVGs. I guess she's never tried to open up any other type of file in it. But now I can only cut 2 foot long. I can't put a 3 foot long piece in it. So can you cut it up so that it plots out to 2 foot long?
Uh, it's possible to do that, yes. My problem is right now I'm not able to do anything in a CAD file because I don't have my CAD file set up.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't have the program set up.
there's got to be cut files out there somewhere, rib sets and stuff.
Yeah, I have the cut files. Mine are all set up to cut 36-inch material.
I don't know why they got a plotter or a cutter that's, I don't know. She won't handle 36. I think
Well,
the whole total length is 30.
well, the thing is that you go to the bigger cut bed like that, you increase the price exponentially. So,
Well,
for instance, Pat Johnson bought the first cutter that Eric Rule had. Eric Rule, I think, could cut 18 to 2 foot, something like that. So he's limited to cutting in that size. So his files are already set up for that size. So he may have something
who?
that will work perfectly for
Pat
you.
Johnson.
Yeah.
A lot of his fuselage sides go together, like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would, he's the guy, since that's what he works in. I know he's got cut files in that size. I wish I did. I wish I could. I'd love to be able to help you, but right now I'm without a CAD program.
All right, no problem. I'll get it done somehow.
Oh, I know
I'm
you
gonna
will.
get
You're
how
you're persistent enough.
how's the perky coming?
I haven't done any work in my shop for a couple of weeks now. There's no videos being put out during the week because I'm at work.
Ah, I
Oh,
wondered
don't
what
go away,
happened. I
Phil.
hadn't been getting alerts that I'm missing stuff. Hey, where'd I go?
Where did you go?
Somebody turned
Phil,
my camera
There
off.
you are.
Phil,
Yes, sir.
I was looking around in my PDF files, and I did find the one you need for for a cut file for that motor and battery box.
Just send it to me and I'll get it off to them.
Okay, now I've got I can just by the titles I can pull out the DWG file on that, and that's what they're going to need for the cut file.
Okay. And I need to call you sometime and get your address because I've sent you two things and it always bounces back.
Does it?
I didn't send it I sent it USPS. I sent you what I told you I was going to send you and it came back. It took a month, but it came back.
That's weird. Um, hmm. Yeah, give me a call. You got my phone number still, don't you?
Yeah, I got your phone number. I'll try to call you tomorrow.
Okay.
If I don't, I'll call you Monday. I got a crazy weekend coming up.
All right. Well, Monday, is a holiday, so you
Well,
should be
yeah,
able to relax.
I figured even Santa take a day off, so you should be home.
You got it. Actually, I'll be working at the museum, but that's in the afternoon. So, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping there'll be nobody there, so I can just sit there and practice.
Well, all I need to do is get the address and figure out what I've done. I've transposed a number, I'm sure. I'm famous for transposing numbers.
You might have.
Uh,
Okay. Not a
But
problem.
just write it all down again and send it to you. But we'll get it.
Yeah, that's
I want to
strange.
get you to get. I want to try to get you enough to get you started getting that thing fixed because I want to get this. I want to build that airplane. I just
Oh, I want that airplane built so bad. I would, it is the beta version, but
that's all right.
I
Well,
did I did the best I could laying it out. Now it needs to be built and tested out.
Yeah,
What is
well,
it?
well, the Trailblazer's one of them. The other one, once he gets everything up and running again, is the rib set for the Bud Light laser.
Pathfinder?
Yeah,
Gid
that's
Adkins's
laser, yeah.
laser. Yeah, I want to do the laser, and I've got the fuselage cut out, most of it, and ready to glue together. It's all sticks. It's just pieces,
Right.
man. This thing's something. But I want to build one of those and get it going electric, and then I want to build the Trailblazer for John, take some pictures, and then get back on my P-47 in time to have it at Brodak next year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm finishing up a Brodak Bearcat, but it's electric and it's going to be cool. But I think I've decided I'm going to build it heavy. I'm going to paint it.
I think that,
I got talking to Tom Looper today, and I was gonna go ahead and just finish it out with monocoat over top of the tissue on. I just tissued the whole thing because it was so rough, and they put doublers on the outside of that thing, and you sand back so the front of it's round, but then the sides are flat, and to me that just don't look right. Even Al Raby's version is round all the way back, but it's molded, and
yeah.
this thing's not. So actually a PJ's Bearcat's what it is, and
I thought it was yeah, it's Pat Johnson's design.
Pat Johnson,
Yeah.
and it's PJ's Bearcat, and it's a nice looking airplane. But this particular one is electric, and it's going to be a little different, and I can't wait to get it finished. But I'm just cannot. I can't get down there and work right now. I get down there and I'm not down there 30 minutes, and I have to turn the lights out and come out of there. So uh, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I've got something down there that's making a noise that's driving me crazy or what it is, but I get down there and get to work and try to concentrate. And all of a sudden I'm going 100 different directions and feel like my head's coming apart. So
Huh.
I don't know. I'm going flying in the morning. We'll try to fly you ready for a cha-ching? My Pathfinder. I
Ka-ching.
don't want to fool with I don't want to take my SV11. It's A, too big. B, I'd have to sit and charge batteries tonight, and I just don't feel like doing it.
Well,
I get up and go.
we
That's
got
quick.
3 super chats there. One from Minnesota Mike for 1999.
Hi, Mike.
Hey,
And then
Mike,
one
how are you, buddy? Good to hear from you. Good to see you still
Craig
around.
Biswick at 32. Uh,
Who was that?
Craig Biswick, he's my Australian buddy.
That's from Australia. Yeah, he's building a trailblazer. He's building
Yeah.
an IC version.
Have you heard from Marcel lately?
I wrote him a letter. I got an answer back. He's had a bunch of bad luck. His wife lost her job. He lost his job. He had to sell most everything. He's not doing much. He's having a rough time right now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Never met him, but I talked to him.
Nice guy.
Talking back and forth to him. Real nice guy. That's a shame. Oh, well.
Yeah.
We'll just hope for the best.
So Sparky, so you got a new job? What are you doing?
Same thing I always do, motorcycles, Harley Davidson.
Outstanding.
Working on
Oh.
vroom vrooms.
Yeah, terrible. But,
Yeah, but you're good at it. You know what you're doing.
well, I used to.
You'll get it back, Sparky.
So if somebody brings in like a 47, or no, it'd be say a 38 knucklehead, you'd know what to do with it.
Well, more than likely.
If it's a 38 knucklehead, put it in a museum. That's where that thing needs to be.
There are guys that are still riding those things,
Oh, I know it. My daughter had one
and they still
a few years ago. Somebody gave her one.
really.
But we never equated the idea of somebody giving Crystal a motorcycle to, she lives in South Carolina. There's no title to a motorcycle. But
Oh.
if you take it to another state, things could be different, So anyway, it's we don't know what happened there, but it's just one of those deals where we're gonna stay out of that one. But
Better be a
she-
title.
well, in South Carolina, it don't have to be titled.
Really?
Trailers don't even have tags on them.
Really? Wow.
Seriously.
Huh?
Seriously, trailers don't even have tags. So if you leave your trailer out in the front yard, because her next door neighbor did this, left his trailer out in the front yard, somebody 3 o'clock in the morning backed up there, hooked up to his trailer, didn't even have sense enough to put a ball coupler on it, nothing. Somebody pulled up there and grabbed his trailer and took off with it. How you going to find it? It's one of 10,000 of that kind of trailers in South Carolina, and there's no license tag on it unless you get down and look at the serial number and say, hey, this one's mine. And even then, how you going to prove it?
So now I know why
So-
the Hatfields and McCoys are after each other all the time, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's Virginia. This is South Carolina, other end,
Oh.
south of town.
Oh.
But I'm telling you, it's that's the only state I know of where you can be in the capital city, the capital of the state, and go on a sand road. And the grass on the sides of the road touches your car on both sides as you're going or coming. And you meet a car, somebody's got to pull off.
New Zealand's like that.
It's very strange.
New Zealand has lots of little roads in only one lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but New Zealand, you think about being, rustic. But South Carolina?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I used
South
to do-
Carolina can be rustic.
Hillbilly.
when we used to do bike to the beach a lot. When we went through there on bicycles, when you go through some of those little areas, buddy, the daggum, the joke about the mosquitoes, those are actually, we think they're hummingbirds, are actually mosquitoes. It's no joke, South Carolina. And you go stop somewhere and have a picnic, and you realize something just crawled. What the heck is that crawling across our picnic ground? It's called a velvet ant. It's really a wasp, but it doesn't have wings. Do not touch it. You will be sorry. I mean,
You
they
know,
go
I-
Like them
straight down.
places that have all them bugs.
Everything down there
I-
either bites, stings, or something.
One of the
It's
nice
all-
things about living in Alaska is there's no snakes.
No bugs.
Yeah. Well,
There's
no, there's
bugs.
bugs. There's bugs. There's mosquitoes like you wouldn't
They got
believe.
mosquitoes. They got mosquitoes. The old joke is that two of them landed at the airfield there. They'd already pumped them full of gas before they figure out they weren't B-29s.
Yeah. The mosquitoes there are tiny though, and they don't attack you one at a time. They get you 4 or 5 at a time.
No, the
So it's
first
a
ones that
bloodletting.
come out, they hibernate in the snow, and they
Mhm.
come out in spring, and those are not tiny.
Yeah.
Those are big.
When I was up there, they
And
were tiny. And
they act the same way. They attack you in droves, not
Where's
singly.
everybody at tonight?
It's a holiday weekend.
No excuse.
Yeah.
well,
I they
we
changed my
got Santa Claus and we
medication.
got Gary. Oh, excuse me. We
They
got enough to
changed my
keep us aggravated.
medication there, Phil. They changed it, and earlier at the beginning of the week, and
Mhm.
I've got to talk to them about. There's something they got. It's messing me up. I have slept on and off all day.
Hmm. Well, they just changed my medication again, but I have not. I put my medication together a week at. Can y'all
Mine
be
too.
quiet? I put my medication together a week at a time, and I haven't started on the new stuff yet. So tonight I start the new stuff. So I'm kind of glad we're on here tonight instead of tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I might be loopy and I might be better. We'll see. But we got to have something. I told them we got to do something because I'm tired all the time, and I just a whole lot of the time feel like I've been drinking, and I don't drink. So
It's made it. I mean, I can't do anything. I can't.
yeah, it's the way I feel, and I'm scared to run any power equipment. I don't want to lose a digit.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you guys who did the super chats. Thanks to your super chats where it saved the month.
Yeah,
Hey, they're good guys.
yeah, we appreciate it because we kind of like coming in here If he can't afford it, we can't do it.
I had to go back to work just so I can afford this.
Wow.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I wish, at my part, I can't find a job where I'm at. I know a woman who's got 3 jobs. She,
Yeah,
and she's maybe 10 years younger than me.
yeah.
And I found, believe it or not, I believe it's easier for women like her. She's to get a job than it is for men like me.
Well, I tell you what, you might want to think about moving to the crazy South, because I've got people, there's not a week goes by I don't get a thing on my telephone want me to come to work for the airlines, the shipping industry, the trucking industry, somebody. And the airline offered so much money, I'm not going to go back to work. I don't need to. Thank God my wife was very good with money and I don't have to. Wasn't me, I assure you. I married well. I'd have spent everything I had, but I married well and she took care of us. But I don't have to go back to work. But the guy called me and he called me and he says, "We want you to go to work for the airline." I ain't gonna say which one, but anyway, $36 an hour to start.
Wow.
I said, "Man, I am 70 years old. I cannot wrestle luggage all day. I couldn't do it. I'd 30 minutes, I'd be pooped out. I'd be looking for a place to take a nap." He says, "I don't want you to touch a piece of luggage. I want you to walk around with a pen, a clipboard, and a stopwatch. And I want you to keep track of how many of these guys, these young guys, are actually working and which ones are sitting on their laurels, because they're making almost what you're going to be making. And we can't afford them just to have dead wood around here." So
Good point.
I started to go and I said, "Well, why in the world would you want a guy my age anyway?" He says, "Because you've got something these young kids do not have. I mean, even the ones that want to work, they've never been taught, because nobody has taught them a work ethic. They don't have one. If they show up for work and they get here and punch in on time, they figure they've made their day's pay." And I said, "Well, I remember that because I was a lineman and an instructor. I taught guys. When we got somebody new, I'm the one that had to train them. And we
Yeah.
had several that, man, when they showed up, they thought they'd done their day's work. God, these kids today, I don't know how they're gonna make it. But
Well, how many planes you got parts cut for now down in the basement? And which
John, don't
ones?
ask questions like that. I don't like to think about it. Parts parts cut for, let me see. Parts cut for that have not been started. There's the LE, the Trailblazer, Pathfinder Twin, another Ombre. Who's leaving? Oh, there's Bob. I've got 3 of his airplanes started. Nothing finished yet, but it's going to look like a hunt basement here before long, because I'm trying to finish 2. Uh, 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 now my mind just went blank of all the names of everything.
Well,
But I've
Phil,
got
I think we just discovered the cure or the reason for the aversion that you get when you get down there.
Yeah.
You got all of those going, and you look at it as an impossible task.
Yep.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
not impossible. I just got to get busy to it. Uh, the thing kills me is painting. But I got started painting, and I've got the humongous almost finished. I've got to do some more trim work on it because I got a little carried away. You know, the blue fuselage, yellow wings, red. I don't know what you call those stripes, Sherikans. That much is done, and then I've got to paint. Why I didn't do it when I did the red stripes, I don't know. The red and white stripes on the tail, it's taped, but I got to go back and paint it now. I mean, it's just with an airbrush.
Yeah, yeah.
But it has to go outside to do it. And, I might get it tomorrow. I hope I get it tomorrow, but I'm going flying tomorrow. Then I got to come home, mow the grass. Probably have too much crap flying in the air to do it tomorrow. Probably have to be Sunday. But we'll get it. It won't be long. I'll have that plane done. And mine's going to have something I haven't seen anybody else do in a while. Wheel pants.
Huh.
I've got wheel pants on mine, and needed a landing gear, and I had a landing gear from a crashed airplane over there, and I said, I wonder if this will fit. And I measured it, and it said, I think it's about right. And I measured it, and even the dadgum bolt holes to mount it on the bottom of the airplane. I'm such a creature of habit. I use the same pattern I've used before. And the landing gear mounts. It goes up. I put the screws in it. And I said, hey, it fits. I think I'll use it. So, but it had wheel pants on it. And I left the airplane sitting there on the table, and I thought, that don't look bad. And maybe that'll get the grass out of the way where the thing will take off in the grass at Atlanta. Because the reason it's got a 60 in the front of it instead of a 46 like everybody else's, in Atlanta, they launched the plane and it goes woof, and stopped. And I said, I want enough power to get out of the grass. So it's got a Tiger 60 up front. And we're gonna try to do a little better than sit in the grass. That upset
Bob,
me
is
a
Billy
lot.
out of the hospital?
No, he's not going to be out of the hospital for a while. I don't think.
What's the matter with Billy?
Oh,
Well, I know his kidneys, but
Billy was taken to the hospital Monday night. He passed out at home. He was bleeding. Let's not get into the gory details. He had a bleeding ulcer in his stomach, and he passed out. And Lorraine called 911. They came and got him to the hospital. His red blood count was down to 3, and they told her if it got down below 2.5 or 2, they couldn't save him. So they gave him 3 pints of blood. He still has internal bleeding. They're trying to figure out what that's going about. He is conscious now. He's not really very alert, but he's conscious.
yeah.
And he's also having to do dialysis 3 days a week. So that's really rough on him too. So it's going to be a little rough on Billy. Billy is in dire need right now of help. He's done so much for this community. I'm hoping that we can all give what we can. There's you go on to GoFundMe and search for Bill Weirwich.
There's
Also,
a link for it on Stunt Hangar.
I put the link on Stunt Hangar.
Yeah.
And not looking for anybody to give him hundreds of dollars, but whatever you can. He's done so much for us over the years, inspiration wise and every way else, and instructional. Anything we can do would be most appreciated, because they run a farm called Ponytails Farm, and it's a nonprofit farm where they take in rescue animals, horses, and they rehabilitate them, and then it's also a sanctuary for horses that are going to eventually die, and they take care of them. And they also have a bunch of other animals: goats, pigs, chickens, dogs, cats, all kinds of stuff. So the vet bills, the feed bills, the mortgage bill, the daily living expenses, the insurance bill, they eat them alive right now, and Billy can't do any part of the work. So anything that the community can do to help, I'm sure they'd be most appreciative of it, and so would I, because I've known Billy since around 1961. So we've all known him for years. So
yeah. That's so sad to hear about Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The man.
I guess every time you think you got it bad, you find somebody else that has greater need.
Ain't that the truth?
How old is he
You don't
now,
have to
Bob?
look far
83?
either.
he's 83. He'll be 84 in November. I went.
Wow.
Hi,
Okay.
Ed.
There's Ed. How are you, Ed?
It's not
Hey guys,
There he is. Yeah.
I'm okay.
Good deal.
I was going to ask you some music questions, but I think I'll just pass on that.
Yeah, we'll skip that tonight. The most important thing, if anybody's listening in here, go to Stunt Hangar, get the link if you feel so compelled, and do what you can to help Bill Weirwich, because he's an icon in our event since the 50s. So,
That's so true. I
dire
remember.
need.
I remember when he won the nationals, and what that did for me. I'm a year younger than him, and what that did for me was I realized that a kid my age, if he really applied himself, could win the Nats.
Yep.
And that really put, kind of put a boot in my butt and made me realize I could do more than I thought I could do.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's inspiration.
Yes.
When I was in grade school, when I'd go to the library, everybody else was looking at books. I'd go over and look at the magazines. And of course, Model Builder or Model Aviation, wasn't Model Aviation yet. It was
Model Airplane News.
Model Airplane News. It was
American
always on the
Modeler.
counter. Yeah, American Aircraft Modeler, Flying Models. Those would be there. And I was the only one that ever looked at those magazines. So every 3 months, the librarian would give me some magazines. Bill Worwich was always in the magazine. I mean, you always heard about Billy and this mystical airplane he had that was so light and had so many, the light just played across the leading edge of that wing. We didn't know what it was. Nobody knew what it was. And heck, I was in high school before I ever saw what the inside of that wing looked like. Somebody finally I think Tom Looper, I know it was Tom Looper, gave me a set of plans to the Cobra. And that's the first time I ever knew what a wishbone wing or I-beam wing looked like inside. Look who just came in. Good gracious alive.
It's all
Bill
good.
Gilbert.
iPad.
Watching soccer with the kids. Had a good time.
Good deal. Anytime it's with the kids, it's a good deal. Anyway, it's Billy was always in there. And then about I guess it was 10 years later, we started hearing about this Hunt kid. But anyway.
Yeah, my record pales in comparison to his.
Oh, Lord, I know, but still. 3 worlds, I don't know how many nationals, and so many designs that everybody wants to build, even today. I mean, you ain't done too bad either, Bob.
Yeah, well, right now I'm focused on Billy.
Well, I think we all should be.
You're a good friend, Bob.
Well, he's been a good friend to me. I mean, as all of you know, we spent a lot of time together, going around the world contests, going to BSE, going all over. He comes in and spends weeks at a time, sometimes 2 weeks at a time, building here and playing guitar and just hanging out. And he and my son are very close. And he's part of the family, And
I know what you mean. My heart goes out to you as well as him. I mean, him first of course, but you and your family, well, it's like your relationship you had with Red Reinhardt. He was part of your family.
Much same thing.
Yeah.
Larry Scarinzi was the other. My heroes of my life, our first heroes were Larry Scarinzi and Red Reinhardt. Red worked with my dad for about 30 some odd years. So Red was like a mentor and a big brother. We went fishing together. We did motorcycling together. We worked in a machine shop together. We did a lot of stuff together. And then Larry Scarinzi, of course, anywhere Red was, Larry wasn't far behind, So
with his tin cup, right?
Yeah, well, this was way before that. And
I know.
of course, then there was Bill Simons and Gene Schaefer, and and then Bill Werwich came along not too long after that as a major influence. So to all of us, not just to me. I mean, to all of us.
Yeah.
So,
He certainly was to all of us.
Please help him if you possibly can.
Yeah.
Our pastor one time asked me, he says, "Why in the world do you still play with toy airplanes?" I said, "Well, Rev, you like to preach at least twice a year. You preach on a man and his friends and having one good friend." I said, "Through model airplanes, I got a whole lot more than one."
Yep. It's a fraternity. It's a family. And
Yep.
I just sent out a massive email with all the information to everyone I know. And you should all be getting an email if you haven't already. And I also made a plea that if you know somebody who you think that I missed that might be able to help, pass it along. Let's get a networking going. I sent it out
I do
to
have it.
Japanese and the Brazil and Europe. I sent it all over the world, hoping that we'll get some kind of a fairly good response from Billy. There's already money coming into the GoFundMe account.
Okay, we'll work on that tomorrow. Might do it tonight.
Appreciate it, I really do.
And we know you do, and we know Billy does.
I don't want to tug on that too much. I'm a little bit emotional about it right now.
Well, I understand.
Let me ask a question ahead there. Since I've missed the last couple of times too. Last two times. How did your big deal go, Ed? Did it go well?
Yeah. We all had a great time. Once again, great friends and that. Um, what we noticed is the numbers were down slightly, but we got more counties throughout the state to participate. And the ones that showed up really seemed to be truly interested and enjoyed the STEM program. So it was far better talking with somebody and doing that. And of course, with what Bob did and Will and Mark was just amazing, along with all the other volunteers.
Bill was there.
So
A really good time. A lot of flying.
yeah.
Oh,
A lot of great food, thanks to Ed. Man, we had some really, the food was
Yeah,
just totally.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
told y'all we eat well.
And Bob, you know the way the turf was, right?
Yes.
Well, we had an opening ceremony for the new turf, which is 2 soccer fields big.
Wow.
Um, and it's over to the south of where everything was, and it's going to be turf. And of course, they were talking to me in regards to next year. We're going to have another meeting within a week and a half, and he wants to try to tie in events together. So, in other words, you can have a competition, basketball competition, or an art show, or something like that, and tie it all in together. So you get a lot of extra people being able to come in and see that you wouldn't have seen just really because they had no idea.
That's a
So,
good idea.
and interesting to hear. They approached me, so interesting to hear what they have to say.
Hey, flying off that AstroTurf, I'd fly off that every day. That was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was smooth.
yeah.
I was surprised how well the airplanes got off and landed on that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And and I could also see no problem with flying scale off of it
Oh,
as
yeah.
far as taxiing and stuff. So,
You could fly a Nats off that. It was pretty nice.
yeah. And
Ed,
that's
Ed, did you get good response out of the press?
yeah. TV channel a couple times. The local newspaper. We have a thing called Connect Bridgeport that did several articles, and the guys that helped out, I gave them the links for all that
Excellent,
and
excellent.
stuff. So it was
Yeah.
it was it's a lot of work, but when you see how what it does to the kids and the parents, it's certainly worth it. But it can't be done without the donations and without all the people that come in and help.
The cherry on top was Victoria Yeager. She was just,
Oh, yeah.
she's
Mhm.
nifty.
So we had a blast with her. She is a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
She was.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I'm
she was also an actress. She was in the
Yeah.
movie Witness.
really.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. She was a, bit part, but she was in the movie Witness.
That's pretty
So,
neat.
so it'll be interesting to see what they have to say about next year and stuff. And I told them, I says, there is one thing that I said has to change is the amount of time that I have to go to the local organizations and see about donations, following up on donations, or coming and supporting with a booth. So West Virginia University didn't show up, engineering department, the rocketry didn't show up. At the last minute, several other companies on the field didn't show up. So, it's like you spend all this time and stuff. So going to have to figure out how to do it more efficiently and stuff, and just rely on the major people that are serious and stuff. Several other aircraft companies, they talked to me throughout the year, and they were coming and didn't show up. And then, of course, one or two that I didn't expect to show up all of a sudden showed up. So it's frustrating and that.
I hear good
But
weather too.
oh my golly, yeah, yeah. but when you, when all you guys come in and help, it sure is nice. Regardless, to me, it's just like a heck of a nice get together and stuff. So, just throwing some things out there, but no idea is, it'd be nice to have a stunt class, while it's going on,
Heck, yeah.
to get
Try to.
guys to come. Looking at open RC flying a day, the public one day and all of
watch on
us,
YouTube for a minute. So what's the name of it
goofing
again?
around,
Stunt Hangar.
doing
Stunt
what we
Hangar?
want to do and stuff. So, we'll see. I'll know
Big
more.
big highlight for me was going over and seeing your facility.
Oh,
That was
thank you.
amazing.
Oh my golly, we've just been crazy busy and stuff. So
Meeting was it Justin, was it?
yeah,
Yeah, well, he's something too, really. Nice
yeah,
place. Very
yeah, and in fact, we got a real nice message from the Australian aircraft that was in the Phenom 300, and
Adam Brenner.
yeah, he did all the flying back to Australia, no problems. Thanked us for everything we did and that. So that's nice to see.
That was kind of neat getting him go in that and take a look around. That was really neat.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
See how the
So
other part of the world lives.
yeah, yeah. Yep. So, we'll press on. But, the whole idea is if you look at the airport, we all are trying to hire technicians. And this is how it all started for me was as well. I started with model aviation at the age of 6. So, if we don't let them know what's out there, how is this going to help out and stuff? So,
Right.
and the companies that are serious about it are more than happy to help out and stuff. And so, it's good to see everybody come, and it just was a nice get together.
Are
It
you out of
really
your
is.
boot? Are you out of your boot yet? You were kind of hobbling around there all weekend. Well,
I am in my boot and see the doctor on the 8th of September. He's back from vacation on the 1st. And then they're going to take a sample to see if there's infection in there. And then if not, then they schedule surgery. Well, regardless, if there's infection, stuff's got to come out, and then I got to get sewed back up until it heals, and then go back in again. Or hopefully it's just go back in and add some tight bond or some JB weld and fix it up. So we'll see.
Gorilla glue, man. Gorilla
Yeah,
glue.
there you go. But the boot really helps me. Helps
Did I ever
with the
tell you
pain and the swelling.
I used to sell CA glue. Did you ever hear that story?
Now,
you know the name Schulman. How many people know the
Don
name?
Schulman, yeah.
Don Schulman and Leon Schulman, his father,
Yeah.
his son Jason Schulman and David Schulman. Well, I worked for Don Schulman just before I went to work for Flying Models. He was selling hot stuff under another name. He bought it and then repackaged it under the name Glue Mart. And he hired me as a salesman. I was the world's worst salesman, but we were kind of destitute at the time, and he's a good friend, and he paid my salary every week. I didn't sell much glue, but yeah, some fun. But at any rate, our two big clients were semiconductor manufacturers and funeral homes.
Yeah.
For CA glue, think about it.
Glues skin back together well.
I went into a funeral home to make a sale, and it was during the day before people were there for memorial services. And there was a guy laid out in a blue suit and a guy laid out in a gray suit. And the wife of the guy in the gray suit was in there talking to the funeral director. And she said that the guy in the blue suit looked much more distinguished. And he said, "We can put your husband in a blue suit." So he said, "Just wait outside." So she came back in 15 minutes and her husband was in a blue suit. And she said, "I hope that wasn't too much trouble." And he says, "No, we just switched heads."
Oh, don't
No.
say that.
Oh, did we suck it for that?
That's a salesman's joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
You know,
Lord.
I've cut myself building and doing other things, and Can't tell you how many times I've made glued myself back together. And every one of those healed up without a scar.
I remember when Hot Stuff first came out, we were at the Nets. It was like the thing to pull pranks with Hot Stuff. We glued people's door jams together so they couldn't get out of their rooms. We go into somebody's room and I'd have somebody, keep the guy occupied who had the room. And I'd go over to the phone and put CA on the earpiece and put it down, go back to my room and call them. And,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, Bob.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
It's a wonder
Oh.
you're still alive.
oh, we were kids.
Yeah.
Everybody did pranks, everybody.
oh Lordy.
There's the old joke about having the glue in your hand and then say, "Oh, dang, there it is."
Well,
Yeah.
Wendy sat on a whole bottle of it on a stool. And
We
he had to
talked
go,
about
he had to go to the
that.
hospital.
Yeah.
Oh,
What I
Lord.
heard, he had to go to the hospital.
Burn your skin bad.
They glued it got burned and glued his butt to the chair.
Hmm. Now, what's this funny smell I smell? Nitromethane or something? Yeah, well, I had to get loose from the chair some way.
My thing is to take anti-seize and put it underneath the door handle on your car. Because you'll end up with anti-seize everywhere and you don't know where it came from. And all it takes is a little bit and it goes everywhere.
We had planned to get Jimmy Casal by putting hot stuff on his wheels when he was walking out to the airplane and just see if the airplane would stay there after we launched it. We never actually did, but we planned on it.
Hmm.
One day, Jimmy was out there. He was flying with a stooge, and because he flew a lot, so he always just set up a stooge and flew in a circle. And one day, he pulled the pin on the stooge, and the airplane didn't go anywhere. And he sat there for 6 minutes while the engine ran out of gas on the stooge.
Did you glue
I
his
can't
wheels?
laugh too hard. I've done that.
As soon as he puts his handle down and starts to the airplane, it's going to let go. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
Murphy's
Yeah.
Law.
I have done that and just stood there for 5 minutes waiting for that thing to quit.
Hey,
Mm.
I never got to meet Jimmy Cassell, but I saw pictures of him flying, and the greatest effect that came from that is that guy. He was all over the place in the center of that circle.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, he had a
He was
dance.
the most motivated. I mean, his hand would be down here and it'd be up here, and his leg over here, and yeah,
He was animated.
couldn't-
fly.
I
I've
couldn't
been
figure
talking
out
to
how he
him. I've been
flew.
talking to him, and he's talking about coming back.
That'd be great.
Be good. That'd be
He
great.
was out
yeah.
flying. I think Will Davis said he was out flying someplace down there in Florida, and somebody lent him an airplane. He crashed it. So it's not new for Jimmy. He went through about 70 airplanes, I understand. So.
Wow.
Wow. I remember going to down to Atlanta to see Randy Smith. And at the time, Randy was building motors for about everybody. And he said, "This is Jimmy Casal's box, and it's twice as big." And I looked in, and there's about 9 Tiger 60s in there in various stages of busted. I don't mean worn out. I mean busted. He said, "Yeah, Jimmy crashes a lot of airplanes."
He tried to knock down a few fences too.
Yeah, I heard about that. Hey, thank you.
Now, how was his plane? I mean, this is his signature design.
The Columbia, the Spectrum, and the
Colum-
Spectron Columbia.
Yeah. How did it fly?
Well, the first Spectrum was a Genesis 40 with just different aesthetics, and then he went on to I think Lou Dudka developed the wing and belt assembly he liked, and he went on to that for a while.
Okay.
They're good airplanes.
The Columbia, the big
Jimmy
one,
was a
the Spectrum.
Jimmy was a musician. He played for a band called Waterfront, and they would go all over the East Coast. And he knew where the level tables were in each motel from going, touring with the band. So he'd request a certain room because he knew the table on that room was flat and he could build on it.
Oh, goodness.
It's a
I know the
There was a
the
guy
Columbia, the one that I saw looked a lot like a Pattern Master, but I don't know if that's what it was or not. Big old wing. I mean, it had a big wing.
like he's banging around in there like he's
Mhm.
bouncing off the walls.
Hoffman?
Howdy,
Hey, Jim, good to see you, buddy.
good to be seen. How is everybody?
Doing great.
Good.
Still kicking.
What the heck's wrong with this thing?
Jim, looks like you have a few carbon fiber props on the wall there.
There we go.
Good grief.
I do. Yeah, I have a lot of carbon fiber props. So,
Hmm.
yeah, that's the thing with props. You try them and they work, they don't work. A lot of them, some of them I inherited. I give them away to people that need them, but
Yeah.
they're hard to get, so I'm careful what I do with them.
Yeah. I know what
Yes.
you mean.
I was at a
Definitely know what
contest
you mean.
this past weekend where a guy broke 3 4-blade Falcon props.
Oh,
They're
Oh
90
no.
bucks a piece.
How much?
$90 a piece for the 4-blade.
Whoa.
Hmm.
Yep.
Here's
Oh,
here's
no,
my
look at
Falcon
Jim.
prop.
Yep. I found that if you have a Falcon prop and you hold it up next to a picture of a blade of grass, the prop will break.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I broke this just taking it off the airplane. I grabbed it and I torqued it and it broke. And I said, I'm done. It's
Too
too
weak.
bad because in the air it was fabulous. I'd been flying a 16, 17 gram Igor prop and I replaced it with it was about 7 or 8 grams for this. And the corner got better, but what really shocked me, I shouldn't have been shocked, the active system came on much faster and harder.
Inertia.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been shocked, but that was a really pleasant surprise. Yeah. But it's too fragile for use, so I'm done.
Yep.
Yeah.
And David Chang broke 3 of them this past weekend.
Hmm.
He had an airplane where the gear was set too far back, fuselage gear, with small wheels and wheel pants on grass.
doomed.
Yeah.
Oh, boom.
You're
And
doomed.
the lift flight he took off, it hit, and the airplane got in the air with the broken prop. The thing vibrated so bad, the motor fell out of the nose.
Right.
It was still attached, and it landed, and the motor was bouncing all over the ground because it was still running.
Hmm.
A crying shame.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my greatest fear with these is it takes off with a missing blade and you
Yep.
vibrate the airplane apart.
Yep. Not worth it.
Well,
No.
I've
Not
noticed that seems to be a trend where more and more people are looking at some of the better wood props that are coming out.
Yeah, the badass wood props, I use those on the twins, the 2 blades, and they're very light and they're very well balanced right out of the package, and they run great.
Yep.
They're
Here,
light.
I agree.
They're light
Yep. And
Mhm.
cheap.
and cheap.
So I called
Yeah,
the guy once. I was wondering if you could run that on a glow engine. And no one's had any experience doing it, including me.
I don't think it would be a problem. They're pretty robust. I wouldn't hesitate to try them on a glow. I wouldn't hesitate to see you try them on a glow engine.
Well, that was
Aren't they actually a Zor prop painted black?
I don't know that.
I don't know. I do know they're made of beechwood.
Yeah, they're made by Zor. They're made by Zor for badass, for innovative. And I got a couple of the match sets of Zor 10.5s that have a little different profile at the tip. They're a little narrower tip and a little bit more of a sweep back at the tip. I want to try those. They may be more efficient.
Customer support and to enable my busy just a
Yeah,
moment.
I think
Select all
they're
the ways you plan to use
badass
your
is
device to get
basically
personalized
a
tips,
Zork prop
tasks,
that have
and
been painted
recommendations
black.
within Microsoft
You know,
experiences.
maybe I don't think they've done
And
that
always
much
change
difference
this in settings
in
screen.
the actual
Mark,
body.
we can
but
hear
the-
your feedback.
Use your phone from your PC. Just a
Ooh.
moment. Link.
Mark
Volume
Gerber.
control window. Volume.
Mark,
Mark,
Can you hear us, Mark?
How's that?
That's good.
That's
That's
better.
better.
Turn it off.
I couldn't hear what they were saying for what your radio or TV was saying. Lordy, I tell you what, it's getting to where the propellers are getting to where it's really. I don't know. When I went electric, I just went badass and said, the heck with it. I went APC to start with because I knew that would work.
too heavy.
The reason I knew it would work because Bob was using them and 2 or 3 other people I knew were using them.
Yeah, but we went away from that real quick. They're just too heavy to work with an active system.
Yeah. So I went with a badass, and I mean, they're $8 a piece as opposed to 40, and they work. What more you need to know? John, where'd you go? Mr. Miller.
He's there. We was there.
He was there.
Yeah,
So-
I did some back-to-back testing with APCs and Badass. Took about 2 flights to come to a conclusion.
Yeah, badass is better.
Yeah, because there's less mass, less
Yeah.
inertia.
Well, I had been flying an active timer and did not know. Well, I kept thinking, what is this all about? I mean, I don't get it. And then I went from the APC, 12-inch APC to a 12-inch badass, and I discovered, where did all this come from? So it's quite a difference.
The testing I did
Amazing.
was not with an active system. It was a human system, and just the lightweight and the less precession was incredibly noticeable in the corners.
Oh yeah, that's true too. But what flipped me out was when I was overhead trying to do an overhead 8, and all of a sudden it sped up when it come across the top. Instead of getting loose, it sped up to come across the top. I said, wait a minute, I like this.
Mhm.
But the corners, especially in the hourglass, is just a whole lot cleaner. Bob's cooking up something. I don't know what he's doing, but he's thinking hard.
Sharing is not turned on, Spark.
There you go.
All right. These are the ones on the turning point. Those are the 10-5 badasses. And they come in match sets, lefts and rights.
Mm-hmm.
So they work very well. I'm going to try 11-inch props on it. I'm not having any trouble with battery capacity or motor heat, so I'm going to try 11s. Those are 10, 20 inches of disc span. So,
Whoa!
What battery do you running at?
that has a 6S 3000 Li-ion.
6S 3000. Okay.
20.
Those are new
You'll have
stuff.
22 inches of disc span when you get
Yeah.
those.
211s will give you 22 inches of disc span. It'd be like a what do they call those things the Marines have?
Oh
Osprey.
yeah, that
Osprey.
not quite.
B-22.
Osprey.
B-22 Osprey.
Yeah.
It would sit there and hover in front of the judge.
That is a truly spooky airplane.
Would get me on one.
I think Leonardo da Vinci designed it.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah. Nothing new under the sun.
They were flying rotor tilt airplanes back in the 50s, man.
Leonardo da Vinci designed it. Hey, look at this iPad.
What you got?
Who's that guy right there?
That's a long time ago. That's
About,
my
That was
first,
you at the
about
Nationals, wasn't
150
it?
pounds ago.
45 anyhow.
You know, one of the memories I have of full-scale aviation, kind of one of those things you just happen to see and you'll never see it again, and you were dang lucky to see it the first time. I happened to be driving by the bay there in San Diego, and I looked over in the bay, and they had that jet that floated in the water with
The Dart,
the Dart, and it was making a high speed run down that channel. It was up on its skis, or they didn't have floats, retractable skis, and that thing was going. I don't know if he took off, but boy, he went by. I got to see that happen.
that's incredible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was something to see.
Hey, John,
Yeah.
that airplane, when I was stationed there, 86 to 90, it was sitting in front of the San Diego Air and Space Museum.
Was it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Still there.
right
Hey.
there,
still there?
right in front, right when you walk in. It was right outside the door.
Mhm.
Did anybody ever see the book called The Wrong Stuff?
The wrong stuff? No.
I've got the right
Book
stuff,
about
but I don't have the wrong
aviation,
stuff.
aviation things that really didn't work, and one of them was the
Blunder.
Cutlass, the Cutlass, the flying wing thing with the twin rudders.
Yeah.
And the chapter is entitled "Run for Your Life." It's a Cutlass.
No.
That airplane got a bad rap, but it was designed around an X-Mini engine, pounds of thrust, and they end up having just barely over half of what they said they could have.
Mhm.
So the four burgers designed an airplane for 8,000 pounds of thrust, and we got 5. Well, how could it perform? It is doomed. And that
Yeah.
airplane had a hydraulic system. It was the first one that had the high pressure. Don't quote this, but I think up to 4,000 pounds range. And the
Wow.
technology wasn't there to make it work like it should. The airplane climbed good and flew fine. It was dangerous on the bottom end.
Yeah.
The cord got so wide, it got liftover drag went up tremendous.
The Blue Angels had a couple of them for solo past performance.
Just for a year.
Yeah, for about a year.
It killed
The
a lot
Navy
of
had. Do you remember the Navy's 4-engine? It was actually a bomber, 4 engines.
float
And
plane.
it was a seaplane.
Yep. Had engines on the high wing,
Yeah,
shoulder.
I got to see those before they were destroyed. They were up on the pad there. That was the same time that I saw the Dart make its run. They destroyed them all. And the thing is, the thing had better specs than the B-52.
Yeah. Now there's always that talk.
It had more range. I can tell you that for sure. And I think it carried about equal. But as I understood it, the way the politics went, the Navy wasn't supposed to have the bombers. The Air Force was supposed to have the bombers.
Well, if it was so
Yeah.
good, the Air Force would have took it.
That's the only bomber you could fish off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The concept was pretty good though, because you could if you could slide those bombers in, set them down on the water. They could build a subs that could tend them, and you could within hours project power to any hotspot you needed to put it. Boom! There they
There's
were.
been so many great designs though, airplanes that got shelved because the technology just wasn't there to make them better, or like I say, they didn't have the powerful enough motors for the Cutlass.
That
The XB-35. If we'd known to make the outboard ailerons just open up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the secret that makes the B-2 work. I mean,
they
you
did
know,
that
we
too
just-
on that wing. It did that.
It
They
did
didn't
have,
have the, they didn't have the
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 also-
XB-35, no, it did not. My
Well, they
father
did-
worked on that airplane. No, it did not.
The
problem
Northrop,
with
the
it-
Northrop flying wing from 1946.
Yeah,
I saw those too before they were
it
destroyed.
did not. The ailerons just went up and down. That was it. They did not open. There were not clamshells. There was plans to do it. They never did it.
They
Well,
destroyed all those.
29 was supposed to get it and never got it. They destroyed every one of them.
When you push the rudder, both those things went open to make the rudder work.
Well, the book I have, which is the actual, I've got some of the actual books. Some of them are marked top secret. There's none of that. It just, you can make, you had ailerons. That was it. There was no, but there was plans. There was supposedly plans to do something like that, the clamshell design, but they said they did not have the technology to open them the same every time. And it just, it
Well,
was
right here's a
bullshit-y.
picture of it with both of them up.
On a 49, a 30, 35
Yes, sir.
or 49.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've sure never seen it.
A lot of this technology that makes these things work today, they wouldn't work then, is because of fly-by-wire and the electronic, the computer.
Yeah, they didn't have computers back then.
The Northrop B-49, it yawed some. I'm sure it did. It probably wobbled.
Yeah, that's what's,
And they
that's
were
what
worried
killed
about
it.
dropping an atomic bomb within an eighth or a quarter of a mile. Hell, what difference does it make if you're eighth of a mile off an atomic bomb?
Yeah.
They wanted the B-36. They didn't want this.
That's what it was. They wanted to be 36.
Well, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and nuclear devices.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody know how old Wesley Dick is right now?
It is
83, I think.
He's
84.
north of 90.
He's
I
over
thought he was
90,
92, I thought, or
91 or
93.
92?
Yeah, maybe 93 by now.
I think that's a very good guess.
He got a
Well,
hat several
it's
years
a shame
ago.
Dennis isn't in here. We can find out exactly. He knows him well.
He's a good dude, man.
He is.
Billy told me when he was young, when Billy was young, he said West was in his heyday as a flyer in the Cleveland area. He said he was among the best flyers there. He said he had the best bottoms. He was an amazing flyer. Won a lot of contests against the Ebigers and Roland McDonald and all those guys.
Wow.
He's quite the builder, too. You look at his airplanes.
Yes.
Yeah, that split flap. I looked at that and thought, how in the world?
It made a fortune in the Venetian blind industry.
Yeah, seriously. That wing is just, the wing is simple, but that flap system, man, that would take days to figure out.
I think the vibration from the IC engines helps a lot with systems like that.
Yeah.
It may struggle with in an electric application.
Yeah, because it's fiction.
I don't know.
Fiction, you know. It's interesting that the only problems I ever had with the quote unquote electric hunting problem was with single motor airplanes. And then I was able to figure it out. I think we all pretty much came down to the same conclusion. It was fiction in the control system. And a guy named Bryce Robinson from England, he's a stunt flyer, also builds guitars. He figured it out, and he got a cell phone vibrator and put it on the lead out guide. And it vibrates the lead out guide, and all the hunting went away. So interesting to note, though, with the electric twins, we never had it. And it's because the two motors never run exactly the same, and they do produce a tiny bit of vibration more than a single motor would, just because of the resonance of the two motors. And we don't have any of the hunting issues with the twins. They fly like freight trains.
You set yours up 000.
What's that?
You set yours up 000.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Of course, you're
Bob,
really
I
kind of
suspect a big
rotating.
part of your hunting good news from the twin is the motor spinning in opposite directions. I think that's very
I tried
significant.
them both in the same direction. There still was no hunting. I think it has to
Really?
do a little bit of inherent vibration because you have two motors running and they're not turning exactly the same speed. Especially now when I'm running the inboard motor incrementally faster than the outboard motor, to cock the airplane out a little bit so I can run lead outs further forward, make the airplane turn cleaner. And I think that has a lot more to do with whatever stiction is in there. It breaks it. Of course, we're being very careful to make floppy, loose control systems now,
But you were able to do the test where you ran them the same direction and the opposite direction, and
Sure, you can do that. You can do all four permutations in one day with with four props.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. I didn't know that.
All you got to do is make sure you move the wires on the motor accordingly.
Yeah.
Howard Rush sent me a whole, a test thing. He said, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I figured, give it a try. And, to be honest, I really didn't see much of a difference.
Wow.
Matter of fact, when I
That's
flew it at the
wicked.
Nats in 2015, both props, the tops of both props were turning towards the pilot. They were both reverse pitch props. And I really didn't notice a difference. I went back to turning them one way, one the other, with the tops turning towards the canopy. But I only did that because I just thought, well, I can do it. It makes more sense to cancel out all those forces. But I didn't see much difference. And Gordon Delaney's airplane, which had two tractor props on it, I didn't see any deficiency with that.
No, but the beauty of what you have is you could do back-to-back testing to really tell.
Yeah, that's true.
We found like on Gordy's, and let's see, I had a twin, Gordy had a twin, and I had his name right. Flies and designed as Sultan. All of a sudden his name just escaped me.
Sultan.
Norm.
Norm Whittle.
Yeah, Norm Whittle.
Norm Whittle.
Yeah, he built one, and we all flew. None of us flew kind of rotating, And all of Gordon's twins have been rotating in the same direction. I think it has to do with. I don't know. I think the props are small enough and the rotation forces are enough that you don't get in the big problem where you need to counter rotating. But what the heck, if you can do it and it works good for you, go for it.
When I felt, why not just do it that way? It looks cooler.
Yeah.
But Gordy's twin is about as good at flying an airplane as there is on the planet. If anybody's flown that, you won't believe how good that airplane flies. But my twins fly exactly the same now. I think it's just inherent in that, that setup. So,
What size motors are on Gordon's airplane? Are they 20s or 15s?
15s, I think.
Yep, 15s on the little profile.
Yeah.
Yep, they're OS 15 FPs.
It ain't that little either.
No,
it's full size.
It's the same thing as a regular single engine Pathfinder. It's just got two engines on it.
Yeah.
I flew the big yellow Gemini with 235s on it. That's the big airplane.
That'll pull your arm off.
It near killed me.
This arm is still 3 inches longer than the other arm
trying to figure out
that airplane.
Yep.
I was trying to figure out how Jim held on to that thing. I looked at that. You flew it at VSC one time, didn't you?
I flew it somewhere. I don't remember where we were.
I flew it at VSC.
I remember seeing it. I remember seeing Jim flying it and walked over and looked at the motor and I said, those are 35s. And Jim's not that big. I mean, if it were a 230-pound guy, I could see it. But
how much did it weigh?
I also flew the big one, the real big one, the 1,000.
Yeah.
That one really pulled hard.
The one I flew was about 100 ounces.
See, that's what makes it pull. That's a 35 engine.
Well,
the year that the Gordon flew too much at VSC, he hid behind the airplane. He got behind the airplane. If he hadn't stuck his head out, you wouldn't have known he was back there.
It really does follow the Billy Weirwich rule, though, the Billy Weirwich axiom. If you build an airplane that's bigger than you are, sooner or later it's going to up you.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, let me interject here. Mark, can we get a Bearcat update? Has there been any progress?
Oh, a little bit, not much. Life keeps getting in the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
There you go.
Oh, that's beautiful.
hey, look at that.
Sure was earlier in the week when I sprayed the first coat of primer on it, last weekend, actually.
Don't fall on it again.
No, I haven't. I'm being real careful now. And where I sanded it the other night, and then I finished. So now it's all sanded. And I've been taking care of some of the nooks and crannies. So I'm getting ready to put another coat on it. I can find the time. And then I got a bunch of control surfaces I have to get primer on as well. So that's where I am.
Looks good, man.
Very
I
neat.
really like the little fixtures you made there.
Sparky, is this the right stuff?
Thank you.
Yep,
Yeah.
very heavy. Don't use much.
Okay.
I used the red. I didn't know about the green.
No, the green's much better. It doesn't
Spark-
shrink.
Yeah, Sparky told me about this at Brodax. So I got a tube of it. It's kind of funny color, but it sands okay. It works good. So
And it's
Oh, I'll get
fast
some green
drying.
then.
yeah, it dries pretty quickly.
Now,
Get some green then.
as much as that tube weighs 1 pound. So just
Yeah, I know.
imagine all
You're
that
kidding.
shit on your airplane.
It's
You're kidding.
14.5
That's heavy.
ounces.
14.5.
Wow.
Yeah, 14.5 ounces. So it is heavy. It's a big tube too. But anyway, that's Sparky recommends this. So
No, I'll try it then.
Sparky's stamp of approval.
Hey, Sparky, what's the difference between the red lead and the green? I thought there was pretty much
The
similar.
red shrinks.
The red shrinks. They're both from, okay. They're
Green
both
is what they
nitro,
call
right?
what, nitrocin?
Yeah, nitrocene, right? Yeah. Interesting.
anyway, tomorrow
I'll go get some green.
Lynn Boss is having a fun fly. So
Oh, cool.
I'll be down there.
Hey, Mark,
take-
I don't know whether you're supposed to be using that. It says right on it for professional use only.
Yeah, well,
Shame on you.
don't tell anybody, okay, Sparky?
Yeah.
That's good.
Looks great, Mark. Who owns this place?
Lynn Boss. He's a scale flyer.
Does he want to adopt me?
Probably not, but you could try.
I'll be right back, guys. I got rain coming in and my windows are all open on the car.
So anyway, that's where I'll be tomorrow. A bunch of us there. Have a fun fly. Hopefully the wind won't be too much. I'm gonna take my Ryan down and flown that since Las Vegas last fall. So anyway, that's what I've been up to
That's a beautiful airplane, Mark.
between dentist appointments and taking care of our daughter's dog and da 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 da. Once in a while, I get time to do model airplanes.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
You talking about the dog? I just had to take mine to the vet yesterday for his ears. The vet looked at him for about 2 minutes, comes back, puts 2 drops in each ear. That's it. $610.
$75.
No, 610.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
I would not kid you. I'm finding a new vet.
Or a dog with better ears.
Yeah, really.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to jump. I gotta go to Alan Buck's Fun Fly in the morning, and it's a bit of a hike for me, so I gotta leave early. But I did want to come on, just to make a plea for everyone, if you can, help out Billy. The link to the GoFundMe is on Stunt Hangar on the main forum. I put a link in there. He's having some real bad health and financial issues, and he could use some help. Anybody can do anything at all. He and Lorraine would appreciate it, and so would I. He's a great friend of the modeling community. So
For sure.
I'll send him something.
do what you can. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
You take care, Bob.
Good
Hey, Bob.
Tell
Nice to
Alan
see you.
hello for us.
I'm gonna bail
He's,
too. I
he's
got
a great
to load the
guy.
car to get ready to go in the morning too. So
Yeah.
Dinner
Night,
time
everybody.
here.
Good night, Eunice.
Good night. Mhm.
Oh, Lordy. Joe, what are you up to this week? What do
Oh,
you look like you're
I flew full scale a couple days. Flew my models, rubber band models, off from 10 to 4 today. We're going to fly control line in the morning at 10. Having fun flying
from
rubber
10 to 4?
10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. We flew rubber band airplanes. Yes.
If I leave right now,
6
I can
hours.
make it there by the time you get there.
Yes. We're gonna fly at 10 in the morning at the field. But I got
Yeah,
time.
I'm telling you. I think Joe's just trying to make the rest of us jealous. He's doing a pretty good job.
Well, what's about what? Just go do it.
You got a contest this weekend, Joe, at your place?
No. Our contest is the 26th and 7th of September.
Oh,
Sparky's is the weekend before. Well, not Sparky's, whoever runs it, but Sparky's Club,
Where is that held?
Booter Park.
Booter Park.
I'd like to try to make that. I don't know if I can. I can't make that
Right.
and Florida, and I'd love to make. I haven't been to King Orange in many years. I'd like to go to King Orange and play a little bit.
That's
About a 12 or 13-hour ride for you, Phil.
Oh yeah, it is.
it's the 17th, 24th or something like that's King Orange. That 24th weekend or that
Of what? September?
October.
October.
You could go to 3 contests. You go to Canton, Zachary, and King Orange back to back to back.
How far apart are they?
Oh, 10 hours and 10 hours.
Oh man.
It'd be 18 to Canton, back 10 or 12 to Zachary, and back 10 or 11 to King Orange, and then 24 home or 22 home. We're not going to do that.
Good Lord.
Last year I went to Zachary and then sent Colleen on an airliner, and John and I went to King Orange, and I came back and I drove home Monday.
Joe, you get my vote for the Ironman, brother.
No big deal. It's fun to see people, man. That's what you go for, is to see everybody.
absolutely.
The flying is a big bonus. I mean, I like to fly, don't get me wrong.
I remember several years back, Jim Lee and Todd Lee flew to a contest, one of Wendy's contests. And Wendy filmed the contest and all, but one of the highlights of the contest was at the end of the contest, they all went to the airport and Todd loaded the planes in this twin, and Todd went through the checkout procedure and everything, then fired up the engine, and he filmed him taxiing out and taking off, heading back home to Kansas. I thought, my word, man.
Takes a big twin to get a 58-inch stunner in. A Cherokee Seneca won't do it.
I don't think anything you got's big enough to put an
No,
airplane.
we can't. No, not I have. No. You get that Phenom 300, you can get a big airplane in it. And if you drug it in behind you and left it up and down between the seats. But model airplanes are big. You get a 60-inch wing and a 42-inch fuselage. That takes up a lot of space.
That
Build
red
a take apart
airplane
airplane.
might be big enough, huh? The high wing?
The which one?
The red one?
No. I could get a set of golf clubs. If I could take a
Cavalier.
Blue Max and put a Blue Max in its carton and put it in the luggage compartment and tie it down. I've taken golf clubs in the luggage in my Rams, but it's got to be, that big around and 40 inches long or something. Yeah, it takes a take apart airplane is a good gig, and you get that in a box the size of a Blue Max box. And the Shark's a little bit different. It's wider and narrow, but it's okay.
Well, I've always wanted to build one with a set of Russian, I call it Russian, take apart wing and Russian flaps. And there's a wire comes out of the trailing edge of the wing, comes straight back and then 90-degree over. And when you put it on, you put the flap on the horn and the wing comes on, and that wire goes back into the flap, and then that's your hinge.
Yeah, that's the way Blue Maxes are. It's got a notch in the flap that goes into it. So
yeah,
slides over.
I just think that's cool. I want to do that one of these days.
David, did you fly your airplane since last time?
Yeah, I did, as a matter of fact. I'm I'm still trimming on it. I'm experimenting with reverse rotation on the prop, which I find they seem to, for me anyways, they seem to fly better in reverse rotation on these electric models versus normal rotation. And I took the Igor $80 weightless 3-blade prop off of it and put a $6 APC on it. And once again, the model's performing better.
That's
So,
it.
you know, Mike Rogers liked to call it Pied Piper stunt, where you get the masters and the Pied Piper and everybody kind of follows. And, you know, it's not necessarily true.
All you did was shift the CG.
Huh?
All you
What's
did
that?
was shift the CG by putting the APC on.
Well, I did
Yeah,
more
so
than
twice
I
the
did more
weight.
than shift the CG. I got more drive out of the prop. Those APC props with very efficient propellers, believe it or not, they really are. And plus, I didn't shift the CG because I put tail weight in, just enough, couple of grams of tail weight in it just to balance the CG back out. But the thing is, I had that Igor prop on, that 3-blade that everybody uses. You know, the $80 props, and they don't weigh anything. But the model wasn't performing very well with that prop on it. And everybody's saying, well, don't take it off, don't take it off. I mean, what do you mean don't take it off? You gotta try, you gotta keep trying, you gotta try different things. Experiment, you know. I don't know what's gonna work for me and what's gonna work for somebody else. But I was flying much better, Joe, much, much better. I had to lock the stabilizer down because it was moving. To take apart airplane, and obviously it either wore in areas where it started to move. The stabilizer was moving up and down and forward and backwards. And I couldn't figure out why the model was so spooky to fly until I figured out that the stabilizer was moving on it. So I locked that down, and it's flying much better. I took the lead outs that were fixed, moved them, and now I also built me a lead out guide that's adjustable. I'm going to put on it. And Rick Campbell sent me some stabilizer extensions because the stab's kind of small on it. So I may take those on and fly it and see how it performs with the
You'll like them.
Make sure
You'll
you
like
get them
them.
on where they're not hanging down or up.
Yeah, it's going to be some work. They're right here, as a matter of fact. They're kind of interesting, but it's routed out there. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna have to do a lot of work to get it to fit right.
You can't have one up or one down.
Yeah, that's the scary part. I got to make sure that I get it all flush and square and aligned right. So I might spend some time next week putting these on. Just tape them on, just to see how it performs flying with more stabilizer. It's got a small stab on it, but it's getting there, man. That's for sure. It's no max B, but it's getting competitive.
You could take that same stabilizer, like say it's 1/8 inch thick, and 125 thousandths, add 90 thousandths on top, 90 thousandths back, and cut you a piece of 64th plywood that thick.
Yeah.
And just glue it square, tape it to the back like this. When you move it up and down, it's like that.
Oh, okay.
And that'll make that sucker bigger too. It'll make it have more power on the elevator.
Yeah, they call it a stabilizer for a reason. It's going to fly more stable. In the corners, it'll probably lock better. It'll probably lay flat.
The handle's going to get heavier. It's going to act bigger. And when you release that handle, it jumps back to neutral, dude.
Yeah.
What's interesting, though, in reverse rotation on the prop, I don't get that heaviness I got when it was on normal rotation with the prop. So it's changing. The gyroscopic precision's being changed or something on it.
That's weird. I can't explain that.
I don't know. No idea.
If it's better, it's better, man. You're flying a tethered airplane.
It's different.
Degrees out of trim, whatever works, man. Don't fight it.
Right.
Give it what it likes.
Does anybody have any theory around the reverse rotation on the prop?
I don't have experience. I mean, I've flown them. I thought they trimmed different, so I went back to the old school that I knew.
Yeah,
but I can't.
Well, that's it. The tractor prop. Well, the reverse rotation prop is better for the hourglass. That top turn of the hourglass, you're much more stable.
Oh yeah, it's much better.
But it hurts you other places. And I've gone back to the regular rotation because I'd rather have the devil I know than the devil I don't.
That's what I was going to say, Phil.
But you could. I mean, I'm sure there's people very, very successful running them. I don't know all that, David.
Oh gosh, I know there are.
I'm sure there's some
guys
very
local that are running them.
The
It's turning
third,
outsides much better, Joe. Way better on the outsides. It's a little bit different on the insides. With the normal rotation prop, it was the other way around.
That's
A
got to
ray-
be the
a ray
spiral effect of the flow, but I don't know why.
a ray brudder will work on
Yes,
that
yes.
corner in the hourglass. I've done it. And it makes
Yeah,
a
I've
huge
done it too.
difference.
Anything above a 45 with a ray runner, you're going to be in. You're going to be doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Like
Ray
Phil
was
said,
Ray was very sharp, but look at if you want to do a Ray brudder on something, look into what
Yeah.
oh my God, just left the
Keith
Bearcat.
Trossel. Keith Trossel.
Keith Trossel's design for the internal system works. I mean, I saw that thing work in 1977 at the team trials in Atlanta.
yeah.
Well, just outside, I call that whole area Atlanta. It wasn't really Atlanta, but anyway, 77 team trials, I saw it work, and Keith explained it to us and showed it to us and showed us how it worked. And the cam system just blew my mind. But he sent me a set of plans to it, and I'm putting it on my new airplane, and I'm telling you,
You can
Keith
still do it
is
the old way,
smart cat.
Phil. You can
Do
still do
what?
it the old way, and you just play with the way you've got the geometry where you got it mounted up, and
The old way works.
it
Al's way
works.
works. Don't knock it. It works. I mean, but I'm building Al Rabe's BBQB Bearcat downstairs, and I want to hook it. I wanted to put the cam system in it, and I started to put the cam system in it. And I said, Al sent me detailed plans of just how to build this airplane. So I took the cam system out. I didn't take it out. It's still in there. The runners are still in there. But anyway, I'm gonna build it the way Al did it. But my other Bearcat, the one that's well, anyway, I'll tell you about that later if I get it far enough. If it becomes more than a concept, it will have the other system in it. And I want to build Keith's TA-152, and it will definitely have Keith's system in it.
You know what's interesting is that my flying buddy here in Los Angeles is Steve Harris. Steve Harris is 84 years old, putting in 600 flight, 600 score flights. Is he flying 600? I don't know. He's flying very, very well.
He's a good stick, David.
Huh?
He's a good stick.
Oh, yeah, he's a good stick. He's flying an impact now. He wants to take the team trials. He's flying pretty well with it, really well.
Good, good.
Steve's
Everybody
a good
thinks
flyer.
the old guys are supposed to retire. I mean, when they get 82, 83, they're supposed to retire. Tom
And
Looper's 83.
he's got his wife as his coach. His wife coaches each
Yeah.
flight. Each
Tom
flight.
Looper's 83, and he's flying an All-American senior, and he's whipping a lot of people with full flapped airplanes. I mean,
No.
and the guy lands, if he bounces, you know how if you watch somebody fly an old timer, All-American senior, any of those, if they don't bounce in a landing, everybody stands up and claps, and they're so happy for him. Well, if Tommy bounces a landing, everybody stands up. What happened? I mean, he just don't bounce.
There's Howard Rush on there.
Well, Howard has joined the fracas.
Maybe Howard knows about reverse rotation, man. The prop.
Knows what?
Reverse rotation. I'm flying a plane where I reverse the rotation on the prop. And it seems to perform better in reverse rotation. I took the Igor $90, weightless blade prop off. I put a $6 APC on it, and it seems to be flying better in reverse. The Max BL was flying better in reverse than normal rotation. I know Igor talks about he doesn't like it in reverse, but I'm sure some do. But I can't figure out why that is.
It has to do with the prop.
Do you have in front?
Excuse me?
Which lead out do you have in front?
With
Up
lead
or
outs?
down?
I have regular lead outs, but I don't have them on top of each other. No, I just have regular lead outs.
Which one's in front?
The upline is the back line.
Upline's the back line. Yeah, it might fly better with the backwards prop.
Yeah, it does, Howard. And I experiment. Everybody's telling me, don't take the Igor prop off. I said, why? I got to find out what's working and what's not working. And, and Steve's out there flying a Will Huben timer, antiquated ESC, and this little $5 APC, and he's killing it with this model, man. And I got the Igor timer and the whole hookup spin 66 and the $60, $80 prop, whatever it is, and wasn't flying very well until I did some
You
work.
go to any of these contests and watch the top guys, Howard included. Watch any of the top guys when they're practicing. They don't just leave the airplane alone. They're always fiddling. They're always adjusting something until they get it just the way they want it. And I mean, Howard in his practice flights before the Nationals last year, he was making changes, and he went out there. When he got to the Nationals, that airplane, I mean, it sat on the front row, guys.
Yeah.
But he made a lot of changes in that little bird. But these guys, Bob Hunt,
not enough.
Bill Werwich, all the top guys, they fiddle with their models before the contest. They don't. You don't just leave home, go to a contest, and fly it the way it was at home. The air's different.
And then some would say,
and you may not.
And then some would say,
you might not, but
hurt
you
guys.
might. Yeah.
Some would say, like Wendy had a bad habit of fiddling with this model right before his flight, out of nerves, sheer nerves, not really trying to. Just because he was nervous and anxious.
Sparky goes to a contest and puts up a couple practice flights the day before his judge flights. It did at Brodak, did it to Nationals. I watched him. You know, all the guys that know what they're doing are going to check it and make sure that this is the best I can make it fly. If that means putting on a $6 prop, okay.
Yeah.
You never know.
We're going to end the stream on YouTube. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much for the super chats. We didn't quite make the goal, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway because we got the amount right. Let me see if we made our extra 2. Here. We didn't get 5. We only got 2, but or 3, but they're well worth it. So I'll get that done for you this weekend, and the members will get a new Sunflower Video Magazine ad free that I'll put up here this weekend. So let's go here. Oh, gotta go here. And well, this is always a pain in the ass to get out of this. Let's see, video.
You going flying tomorrow, Sparky?
Pardon me?
You going flying tomorrow?
I asked Steve, and I don't think so.
Oh, shoot.
Videos live. Here we are. And let's see here. So out there in YouTube, like, subscribe, share, and we'll see. I will see it tomorrow. I will post a video of me working in the shop. Trying to catch up for the week because I didn't post all week. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you later. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.
I got a question for you, Sparky.
Okay.
Did you get my